I'm fully aware that it's a paradox, but I wish I had people watching to give me advice or to tell me why people aren't watching. I don't know how best to edit these videos, to be honest. They're too long, I know that much, and nobody wants to see, you know, like every single thing I do. But what are the fun things? People find different things fun. I personally enjoy the powerlifting stuff when I'm watching other people. Like the 107 for doubles. Some people enjoy bodybuilding stuff. Like I suppose the thing is with bodybuilding stuff, for me, I don't get that pump that I'm sure people enjoy seeing. I never get this like pump thing. I've never had a pump. I'm definitely finally getting bigger from the bodybuilding stuff, but I'm not necessarily getting those, you know, those striations or those, that vascularity, as people will say. So this is more bodybuilding stuff, 65 for doubles on the bench. So basically, because of the undulating training that I'm doing, that my coach has given me, the rep ranges, the reps will change, and the sets will change every week. So for the bodybuilding stuff this week, it was meant to be 8 to 12 rather than the 10 to 15 I've been doing. On this Monday, I for some reason kept doing the 15. It must have just, I must have blanked it. But basically every other bodybuilding hypertrophy movement that I do throughout the rest of the week, I do 8 to 12 rather than the 10 to 15 I had been doing. The powerlifting stuff, like I said, it varies every single day. Mondays tend to be the heavier squats and bench. The Wednesdays tend to be the sort of heavy touch and go bench and the heavy. Well, actually, it was more volume deadlifts to begin with, but as the reps have been dropping, I suppose you can't really call any day a specific thing. It's just basically whatever that day is, I suppose. And I really enjoy that, actually, coming into the gym and focusing on a different thing every day. You know, it's always within the same ballpark, always the same sort of movement. Look at that guy's ass, that's what I want right in the camera. But it's different rep ranges, and reps can change an exercise. Like squats can go from being a real power movement, like getting those 2 reps or those 3 reps at a heavy weight, to almost cardio basically when you get like up to 7 reps and above for me. Leg curl sucks. I hate this machine so much. I slip, like I'm constantly battling my ass slipping up, trying to keep my back on it. I'm feeling it way more in my calves than anywhere else. So this really, as a hamstring movement, I suppose, isn't working as it should be. And I don't know, I just prefer to skip straight to abs, to be honest, because I never get around to abs, because by the time I'm finished with all this crap, I've been training for an hour 50, hour 55. It's really time to get out, because I need to get back to work, to be honest. This is some heavier deads now, because it's 5 reps, whereas to begin with I was doing like 9 reps. Now it's slowly come down to 5 reps per set, and so 122.5 is pretty much getting back up to whereabouts I was training before I did the mock meet, and that feels quite cool. And to be honest, I was struggling with the 5 on each set, and then for the AMRAP, which I didn't film because I needed to blast some tunes, mainly, was it Till I Collapse by Eminem? Usually it's some sort of Eminem if I'm doing deadlifts. Usually it's some sort of Eminem, no matter when I'm doing it, what I'm doing. I was really surprised with myself whacking out 9 reps on the AMRAP on those deadlifts. It's just like this aggression took over, and I was just like bang, bang, bang. It felt amazing, seriously amazing. I love surprising myself like that. Recently I haven't been surprising myself with bench at all, which has been disappointing. I really, today especially, like not this day you're watching in the training, but the day I'm doing this voiceover, I've just been to the gym and I was really disappointed with my my bench. But you know, hopefully it was sort of one of those weird days. I'm not gonna worry about it too much, especially with how good training is feeling at the moment. I'm saying that over front squats, which are the devil's exercise. Like, I think that the devil literally maybe crapped out front squats, and then someone went, I'm really cool, and as a complete hipster, I'm gonna treat this crap like it's a good thing, and then somehow they convinced everyone else that front squats were a good idea, and Olympic lifting was built around them. I can't believe it. I hate front squats so much. This is touch and go incline, and I managed to get 12 for all 5 sets of this, because this was the weight I was doing 15 on before, I suppose. So knocking it down just those 3 reps felt pretty good. They're pretty exhausting touch and go incline as well. I didn't really account for that. Face pulls are stupid. Like, how do you not look stupid doing face pulls? You have to sort of lean back, and you have to, I don't know, do this weird dance. If you remove the rope, I look like a mentalist. I suppose you could say that about most movements. But front squats, you just look absolutely crazy. Friday, rolling into more volume style squats, and 92.5. And this was another one where after this set, I really surprised myself with just going bang, 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 bang. I do the rep, up, do the rep, up. Whereas here, you'll see there's, you know, my usual sort of good 1 second, 2 seconds between each rep. After this first set, I was just whacking them out like it was rhythmic, and it felt so good because it's how I see everyone else do squats on YouTube. Like, you see these people do squats and it's like, oh, I'm about to do a really heavy set of 5, and they'll go rep, 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 and I'm like, when I do anything, I do a rep and then I come up and then I act like I'm taking a rest between sets before I do the next rep, and I really need to work on that, and I did a good job of it on that Friday, so I was really happy. With bench is, you know, that's not a problem for me on bench, but what is a problem is how weak I am on bench. This is 55 and it's meant to be paused. I just tend to bring it down, take the slack out, make sure that I'm not getting that bounce, and then push it back up. To be honest, I don't pause for any sort of competition length of time. Maybe I should work on making that pause a bit longer, but I'm not too bothered. And it felt good, to be honest, doing 7 for 5. Did not feel bad at all. After that was close grip, feet up bench press. I'm getting an arch, and I don't know if I should be or what. It just feels better to, you know, add that arch in. But I have to admit, I came away and I didn't feel any sort of tricep engagement, even though I was really trying to keep those elbows tucked in and focus on the triceps as the main component of moving the bar. But never mind, you lose some and you lose other ones, and that's the way life is. And cable row is one of my favourite movements. It's difficult, but in like a, you know, in a fun way. I enjoy. I feel like I'm definitely looking bigger as well. Looking at myself there, I can actually see a chest, whereas before my chest did exist as the nature of being a human being, but it wasn't necessarily packed with muscle. Whereas now, as you can see, I'm a real beefcake, so that's awesome. After cable row came the old leg curl. And the thing about leg curl is, as I mentioned a mere 8 minutes ago, probably about 8 minutes ago, I hate it with a passion. And as you can look at my ass right now, slipping away. Oh, and by the way, this is before, so we did 2 sets before I realised I'd made it 7 kilos heavier than it was supposed to be. So right now I'm doing 7 kilos more than the weight it says. I'm actually doing 41.3 rather than 34.3. But I couldn't be bothered to put that in there because that's not what I was meant to be doing. And I only made it harder for myself out of stupidity. Pause deadlift now, and paused. I feel like this is one of the movements where when I'm in the gym, everyone's looking at me like he's doing it wrong. Should I tell him how to deadlift? And it's like, no guys, back off. It's like when you see people doing Romanian or rack pulls or something, and people are like, oh man, they're not getting that full range of motion. I should go tell them how to deadlift. And it's like, no dude, I'm doing an accessory type thing. Anyway, this is the best movement of the week. The AMRAP on this overhead press. My legs locked in, my ass got tight, my back got perfect. I was like a freaking pillar of an amazing building, architected by both the Romans and the Indians, the best of the architects. Maybe the Egyptians got involved, whereas actually the pyramid is pretty basic architecture. But what I'm saying is, I just locked in so hard, and despite 3 reps being seriously difficult on 40 kilos for the first 4 sets, on that 5th set, lock in, song by Spitfire, by Knife Party, or whatever it was, dubstep song, and then bang, 8 reps, felt serious. That was leg press you just saw, and this is dumbbell curl. If you're an alien from another planet and don't realise what dumbbell curl looks like, this is it. Felt, you know, fine. I managed to get 12 reps out of every set. So this week I guess I'll be doing 12 kilos instead of 10 kilos. Watch out, one day I might actually have biceps. After this, we went up, we trained some abs for the first time in a week because we just kept missing it, because training just kept running to almost 2 hours, literally just short of 2 hours every day. And on this Saturday it was like, well, I'm not working, so screw it, we'll stay a bit longer. Managed to knock out some abs, and then that was it. Basically did some high intensity cycling after this, and that was the week. Catch you next week, nerds.
Bunches and bunches, punches is thrown into your frontless.